Imagine accepting a quiet babysitting job in the English countryside. A peaceful mansion, good pay, no noise, no stress. For someone trying to escape their past, it sounds perfect. Far away from crowded cities, far away from memories that refuse to fade. Just silence, fresh air, and a simple job. But when the nanny finally arrives, she learns something strange. The child she's supposed to care for isn't a child at all. It's a life-sized porcelain doll. And the parents insist on something even stranger. They want her to treat the doll like it's alive. Feed it, talk to it, read it bedtime stories, and every night, kiss it goodnight. At first, it sounds like a harmless coping mechanism, a grieving family refusing to let go of the past. A sad but understandable way to deal with unimaginable loss. But as the days pass, the nanny begins to notice something deeply disturbing. The doll moves. Objects disappear. Footsteps echo through empty hallways late at night. And slowly, she begins to realize something terrifying. The doll might not be the only thing living inside the house. This is the unsettling story of The Boy. The story begins with a young American woman named Greta. Greta has come to England looking for a fresh start. Her past is something she rarely talks about, but it hangs over her like a shadow she can't quite escape. It's clear she's running from something painful, something dangerous. When she arrives at the large Heelshire mansion deep in the English countryside, she's immediately struck by how isolated the place is. The house sits far away from any nearby town. A long gravel road leads up to the property, winding through tall trees that seem to swallow the path behind her. The forest surrounding the mansion feels ancient, quiet, watching. The air itself feels still, almost too still. The elderly couple who live there greet Greta warmly at the door. Mr. and Mrs. Heelshire appear polite, wealthy, and somewhat old-fashioned. Their voices are calm, their manners gentle. But there is also something slightly unusual about them. They speak slowly, almost carefully, as if every word carries weight. They explain that Greta has been hired as a nanny for their son, Brahms. Naturally, Greta assumes she will soon meet a child, perhaps a shy boy who lives in this enormous mansion with his elderly parents. Instead, the couple leads her into the living room and proudly introduces her to Brahms. Sitting perfectly upright in a chair is a porcelain doll. A life-sized doll dressed neatly in a small suit. Its painted face is pale. Its glassy eyes stare forward without blinking. For a moment, Greta waits for the punchline. Surely this is some kind of strange joke. But the couple's expressions remain completely serious. They speak to the doll gently, tenderly, almost lovingly. They introduce Greta to it as if it can understand every word. Greta forces an awkward smile, unsure how to react. Confused, she finally asks the obvious question. Why are they treating a doll like their son? Mrs. Heelshire calmly explains the tragic story. Their real son, Brahms, died in a terrible house fire many years ago when he was just a young child. The loss devastated them beyond words. The mansion became unbearably empty. The silence became unbearable. Eventually, they began treating the doll as a symbol of their son, not just a toy, but a representation of the boy they lost, something that allowed them to keep loving him even after he was gone. It helped them cope with the grief, helped them survive the loneliness. Greta finds the situation strange, but not necessarily dangerous.
People grieve in different ways. And if pretending the doll is their son helps the elderly couple deal with their pain, then maybe it's harmless. Still, something about the way they interact with the doll feels oddly sincere, almost real. Before leaving for a long vacation, the Heelshers give Greta a very important list. A list of rules. Rules for caring for Brahms. And they insist these rules must be followed exactly. Every morning, Greta must wake Brahms and start his day. She must prepare meals and place them in front of him at the dining table. She must read to him, play music for him, spend time with him. And every night before bed, she must kiss him goodnight. Greta can barely hide her disbelief. The list reads like instructions for caring for a real child, not a porcelain doll. It all feels ridiculous. Still, once the couple leaves for their trip, Greta finds herself completely alone in the massive mansion. At first, she treats the job like a paid vacation. She ignores the rules completely. She leaves the doll sitting in the chair. She drinks wine in the evenings. She plays loud music through the echoing hallways of the house. And she laughs at the absurdity of babysitting a toy. But then something odd happens.
One afternoon, Greta prepares a sandwich and leaves it on the kitchen table. Later, when she returns, the sandwich is gone. She pauses, confused. For a moment, she wonders if she ate it without thinking. Maybe she simply forgot. But then the strange events continue. She places the doll in the living room before going upstairs. Later, she walks back into the room, and the doll is gone. Her stomach tightens. Moments later, she finds it sitting upstairs, in a chair, exactly upright, exactly staring forward. Greta tells herself there must be a logical explanation. Maybe she moved it and simply forgot. Maybe she's just tired. But the mansion begins to feel less empty with each passing day. At night, Greta hears noises, soft footsteps upstairs, the creaking of doors opening slowly, furniture shifting when no one is there. Sometimes she even hears something moving inside the walls. The sounds echo through the quiet mansion like whispers in the dark. Sleep becomes difficult. Every shadow begins to feel alive. One night, Greta wakes up suddenly, her heart racing. She has the overwhelming feeling that someone is watching her. Slowly, she opens her eyes, and there, sitting at the edge of the bed, is the doll, Brahms. Its lifeless eyes staring directly at her, unmoving, unblinking. Greta screams and throws the doll across the room in panic. The situation is no longer funny. Something inside this house is very wrong. The next day, a grocery delivery man named Malcolm arrives at the mansion. Malcolm regularly brings supplies to the house. He's friendly, easygoing, and one of the few people Greta interacts with. And naturally, he's curious about Greta's strange job. When she tells him about the doll, Malcolm's smile fades slightly. He explains that the Heelsher family has always been surrounded by strange rumors. Years ago, before the fire, the real Brahms was blamed for the mysterious death of another child. Many people in the nearby village believed Brahms was deeply troubled. Some even whispered that there was something dark about him. Something not quite normal.
Maybe even dangerous. After the fire supposedly killed him, the family withdrew completely from society. The mansion became a place people avoided. Now Greta feels even more uneasy. But something unexpected happens when she decides to follow the rules. She prepares meals for the doll, reads its stories, plays classical music, and each night she says goodnight. Strangely, the disturbances stop. No more footsteps, no more moving objects. The house becomes quiet again. Greta starts to believe something unbelievable. Maybe the spirit of Brahms really is connected to the doll. Meanwhile, Greta grows closer to Malcolm. During one of their conversations, she finally reveals the truth about why she came to England. Her ex-boyfriend Cole was abusive, violent, controlling. Leaving him was the only way she could escape. Coming to England felt like the safest way to disappear. But unfortunately, Cole refuses to let her go. One stormy night, someone knocks on the door. When Greta opens it, Cole is standing there. He found her. Cole is angry, demanding she return home with him. Inside the house, he notices the doll sitting in the chair. He laughs. The situation seems ridiculous to him. When Greta tries to explain the rules and begs him not to touch it, Cole only becomes more amused. He grabs the doll and holds it up mockingly. Greta panics. She pleads with him to stop, but Cole ignores her. And in one careless moment, he smashes the doll against the wall. The porcelain head shatters across the floor. For a moment, everything is silent. Then something heavy slams inside the walls. A loud thud echoes through the mansion. Then another, and another. The sound of something crawling through hidden spaces inside the house. Suddenly, a section of the wall bursts open, and a man crawls out. A grown man, tall, wild, wearing a cracked porcelain mask. It's Brahms. The real Brahms. He never died in the fire. His parents hid him inside the walls of the mansion for decades. He's been living there the entire time, watching, listening, moving through secret passages behind the walls, moving the doll, taking the food, following the rules. Because in his mind, the doll represents himself. Now that the doll is broken, Brahms becomes violent. He attacks Cole immediately. The struggle is brutal. Within seconds, Cole is dead. Greta and Malcolm realize they are trapped inside the mansion with a man who has spent his entire life hidden away from society. A man who thinks like a child, but has the strength of an adult. They try to escape, but Brahms knows every secret tunnel, every hidden hallway. He appears again and again, hunting them through the house. Finally, Greta realizes something important. Brahms responds to the rules. When she speaks calmly to him like a caretaker, he hesitates. So she tries something desperate. She speaks to him softly, apologizes for the broken doll, promises to fix it. For a moment, Brahms stops. But the moment doesn't last. The situation turns violent again. During the chaos, a fire begins spreading through the mansion. Smoke fills the hallways. Walls collapse. Greta and Malcolm manage to escape the burning house just in time. Behind them, the Heelshire mansion collapses into flames. Yet across the nightmare is finally over. But deep inside the ruins, something moves. Brahms survived. He slowly picks up the broken pieces of the porcelain doll, carefully placing them back together, still believing the doll is part of him, still waiting, still watching. And somewhere out there, another babysitter might one day arrive, thinking she's watching a doll, never realizing someone inside the walls is watching her. And that is the terrifying story of The Boy. If you enjoy dark psychological horror stories like this one, make sure to subscribe to Dark Mind Cinema for more twisted movie recaps. And let me ask you something. If you were Greta, would you have stayed in that mansion after the doll started moving? Let me know in the comments. And until the next story, sleep carefully.